ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen and Ghetto's downfall. Now, while this episode wasn't as action heavy as we had the last two episodes, even the animation here felt a bit out of place or weird, even though it kind of fit. There were some CGIs here, but that's something else that doesn't bother me. It is what it is. Of course, we can't expect the same quality as we had in the probably two of the most important episodes in the series, and also keeping in mind with how the schedule is gonna be. We're gonna talk a bit more about that towards the end, but this episode, honestly, I think in some ways hit harder than pretty much any other episode in season 2. It was a lot more disturbing, heavy sort of episode, and kind of makes you think. I'm sure pretty much everybody has had similar thoughts to Ghetto, even more considering trauma, past hardships everybody has been through. Looking at the world kind of puts a lot of things into perspective, and while I don't agree with what he did, it's hard, especially in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. This is why I think this is probably my favorite episode if you're talking just about food for thought, so to say. Of course, the other ones were more hyped, but this one is more intriguing, for lack of a better way to put it. So anyway, let's get into it and talk about it. Now, picks up 1 year later after everything that happened. There, and we see Gojo improving his technique, having it on auto, how it works, trying to figure out different things about red and blue, also with limitless, not to let things touch him. So he's getting better and better and more stronger. But Gojo is not the focus of this episode. We have Ghetto also being very jaded about everything, probably even a bit jealous with how Gojo has become the strongest. Even he says it there, and he's very deep into thought, even kind of depressed and questioning everything about himself. Even in the shower, that face that he had there, you see a broken man. Why am I doing this? And the clap, always hearing the clap in the back of his mind, that we saw it at the end of last episode, and kind of reminded me, if you guys ever watched Doctor Who, with the sounds of drums, with the master that had something like that, can drive somebody insane. Something is always stuck in your head, a scene, a sound, a feeling, anything, and the more you focus on it, or the more you try to push it away, the deeper, the harder it comes back. And I feel like that clap scene, everything that he witnessed during that scene, and it's very disturbing, and also reminded me a bit of Chapter Black from Yu Yu Hakusho. You guys ever watch that? He saw the dark side of humanity, the most evil things, and yeah, humans can be really, really evil and cruel and ignorant, and Geto kind of lost himself into that, and that's why I really like this episode quite a lot. But here we have we see it throughout the episode, how he got to the point that we know him from the movie and season 1, which I still have a lot of questions about, that how he's still alive after the movie, but that's probably going to be explained later into the series. But here we see him talking a bit with Yu Haibara, who was still excited, feeling cheery about still being a Jujutsu sorcerer, doing his best, kind of like a young, naive guy. He hasn't been struck by something like this, and Geto's still questioning, how are you still able to do this? Do you still think you're gonna be able to do it? But yeah, he was still in that naive, young guy, still feeling happy about the world, and then we have Ghetto being jaded about everything. And this is where we have one of the characters which I have a lot of questions about coming in. What kind of woman is your type? She is Yuki Tsukumo, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. And the first question, like I said, what kind of woman is your type? She's the master of Todo. If you guys remember, we saw her just in a frame, if I remember, from season 1. But here she plays a bigger role, and not gonna say it's her fault, but I feel like she kind of helped inadvertently pushing Ghetto to the dark side. In a way, she kind of has similar thoughts. And I don't know, I hope we're gonna see her again. She's gonna be a very interesting character. She even has a reputation of being a good for nothing Jujutsu sorcerer. She doesn't really take missions. She also has the same feelings like Gojo. She doesn't like the higher ups. And she says they're doing things right. They're treating the symptoms, but she wants to treat the cause of the curses. And this is where she says there are two ways while talking to Ghetto. Either eliminate curse energy from mankind, which I don't think there's really a way or a very easy way, or have humanity learn to control it, kind of all of them becoming Jujutsu sorcerers. And this is where she got also interested in Toji Zenin with his Heavenly Pact. She wanted to study him, but unfortunately he got obliterated by Gojo. So she wants to find a solution to this, and saying that sorcerers are better and mankind would be better if everybody were sorcerers. And Ghetto kind of has a very simplistic solution. He kind of said it like half joking and half serious when he said that. Even he was shocked, saying just kill all non-sorcerers. This is kind of like eugenics, kind of trim humanity or races until you get the based version there, which is a very extreme, stupid, dumb way of achieving something, but in a very evil, fucked up way. It works even more in here because they could have a solution to it, like a mass curse or something like that, to kill all non-humans or go after their DNA. We've seen it in movies, TV shows. You can target something specific when you have curses, science and things like that. This is when eugenics comes in. But Ghetto said it half joking, but this is why I'm saying she's a bit partially responsible here. She kind of was okay with it, like that could work. Maybe she was just in there for the conversation. I don't know if she was serious about it. And Ghetto, we see him a bit more confused after that, the face he had being shocked there, and she helped push him there. She's not at fault, but he wasn't in the right head of space to maybe have that conversation. Of course, she wouldn't have any idea what type of mental state Ghetto was there, but I feel like this was fate or wrong time, wrong place there to have this conversation, especially with the way that Ghetto's mind was, him starting to lose faith in humans. But also she said something really good. It's up to you. You still haven't made the choice. So depends which side are you gonna choose. Either do that, go through with it, or kind of like having two wolves inside. One of you wants to kill all non-sorcerers, one still wants to protect the weak. So depends on you what choice do you make. So she kind of opened his mind and it was up to him to make choice. And it's very true. Nobody pushed him to become the way he was. Of course, everything that happened is really fucked up, but he still made those fucked up choices after that. That's why even when you have characters in anime or even in real life, they have had a very traumatic life. Something very tragic happened in their life, but then they also become a shitty person. So your trauma, your tragedy doesn't excuse your shitty behavior. And this is what Ghetto kind of did here. He became something that he hated. And this is why also Chapter Black is also really good in Yu Yu Hakusho. The master with the sound of drums from Doctor Who. And here we have Ghetto. The road to hell is paved with good intention here, quotation marks. And yeah, this was a very, very good episode to see his slow descent into madness, evil, his downfall. And after this we see he made the choice here, because also find out apparently there was another star plasma vessel like Rico, or a new one was already born. So Tengen is in stable condition apparently, which I hope we're gonna get to see this guy Tengen at some point, because so far everybody has been talking about him or about it. I'm not even sure what it is, but we haven't really seen anything concrete about Tengen, so I'm very curious. But this is where we see him getting more and more pushed towards the dark side. After this, Nanami very angry and frustrated with a mission going very wrong. Because you, Haibara, the guy that was very ecstatic about being a jutsu sorcerer, died during it, and this also helped push Geto even further down the wrong path, and even more when we see him with two kids. They were in cages, they're being treated as the devil, their curse, how humans have done it throughout history, ignorant, very scared people that always blame the unknown. And they're treating those kids very badly. Something, people, when they don't understand something, they're very afraid of it. And this was the case here, but this also pushed Geto even more, because this is where he made the choice. He crossed the line. He exterminates all of the villagers there, he destroys them, he obliterates them, and saves those two girls. Those two girls are the ones from the movie. They were always by his side. So here we see that moment. I can't remember their names. I'm sorry about that. He killed 112 villagers, and he got a sentence to death here. And Gojo couldn't believe it when he heard it from Director Yaga. And yeah, I'm sure all of us have had really dark thoughts like this sometimes. Hey, if I get this superpower, I could fix humanity, I could do anything, just kill all of the bad people, just do whatever. But they're just thoughts. Geto actually acted on them, and he had the ability to do it. His curses and everything, that's how he was found out. But yeah, this is where he crossed the line, and after this we see him kind of like we knew him in the movie here, and or the beginning of that side of him. He even meets with Shoko. They're very charming, like friends. He still wasn't willing to go against his friends yet, and even Shoko didn't want to fight him. She knew she wasn't gonna win. Calls Gojo instantly, and he admits everything. Yes, I did this. And Gojo comes in and asks him, explain yourself, but he doubled down. He was fully convicted about everything he did, everything he wanted to do moving forward, and even said it, hey, you could do it, Gojo, with your power you could do it, so don't preach to me about something that it's impossible, try to convince me that it's not, when we know that you could do it with what you could do. And he said something very curious here: if I were able to become you, it would be possible. So that got me thinking, is it able to steal Gojo's powers? Is that maybe what Geto was trying to do? Or maybe become him as become the strongest, get more power there. And they had that really nice conversation in the middle of the city. I really like that, but just broke my heart considering how they started, how the bromance was there, how good of friends they were. They were perfect for each other. I really like their dynamic, but yeah, this episode hit really hard in a very disturbing way, and Gojo hesitates to kill him there, and it's very understandable. He still cares about his friend, even though he killed him in the movie, or at least it looked like he killed him, because I still don't know how Geto is alive in season 1 if Gojo killed him in the movie. That's why this is my biggest question of everything that I know about the Jujutsu Kaisen right now. But even more after this, we have him Gojo thinking it's not good enough to just be strong, there has to be more. And also see it from Geto's side with the manager that was also with Toji, gives him the leftovers of the Star Religious group, takes over the organization, kind of like we saw it in the movie. He has that cult, and this is where we also see the two girls from the movie. They're always by his side, and those that objected from the organization, that were against it, yeah, they get obliterated. Like, come up to the stage, let me show you something. So you're gonna say no, bye bye, gets deleted. And his iconic line, I hate monkeys, and even his voice line, his tone changes, like that more deeper, evil, demeaning kind of way of talking to people, looking down at them. So yeah, this is Geto's downfall, and it was probably one of the best episodes in Jujutsu Kaisen. It wasn't the most fighting, hyped, But I feel like episodes like this are a lot more important sometimes than fights, and I really like this one quite a lot. And we even see a more fleshed out scene after this, with Gojo going to Megumi and how jaded also Megumi is when Gojo's like, hey, I knew your father, I was the one that killed, before Gojo could tell him that he killed his father. He was like, I don't care, they left, they're doing their own thing, I'm just here to care about my sister, I don't care about the clan, I don't want to go with them if it means that Tsumiki wouldn't be happy, and Gojo, yeah, shouldn't be happy. So I hope we're also gonna see more about the Zenin clan. I have a lot of questions about them moving forward. So this is how Gojo kind of started taking care of Megumi, and the face he made when he saw that Megumi really looks like Toshi was awesome. So he's gonna take care of Megumi, and then we see we know what happens in season 1 also, and here, but also I really liked the last scene in the episode, kind of cuts back to the present, Gojo sleeping and the trio being there, Nobara, Megumi and Yuji trying to wake him up because he gathered them there for something, and the playfulness, the bickering, Nobara stealing the chair after that. I missed them, I really missed the main cast, so very excited about the future of season 2 here. Apparently everybody's hyping up this next arc, Shibuya arc. I haven't read the manga, I don't know anything, but we're gonna have to wait a bit more for that. I think like 3 weeks. Next week is gonna be a recap of just the 5 episodes that we've gotten so far. The week after that is gonna be a recap of the movie, and then a week break, so 3 weeks, no actual Jujutsu Kaisen episode except 2 recaps, and only on 31st August we're gonna get the true episode 6, so to say the start of the next arc, which kind of shows like there's the scheduling, the production must be hell there. I hope the animators are okay, everybody's taken care of, which is me being wishful thinking, knowing how the anime industry is, but Mappa is doing way too much. Well, this has been an awesome start of season 2. It's been great to have had so many good episodes. Everything has been awesome here, except the fandoms complaining about that one weird frame with when Gojo said I'm the honor one, wasn't at the right angle, seek help. And yeah, I hope the animators are okay. The 3 weeks, I wish the break didn't happen. It is what it is. Hey, I'm gonna be okay with it. We're gonna have to wait a bit more for the series to be back, but yeah, this has been an awesome arc with Gojo's and Geto's past year. Probably one of the best episodes has to be this one, let alone the fights. The fights were awesome, they're really hyped, I really like those, but this one, I don't know, kind of resonated a bit more with me. Honestly, gives you a lot of things to think about, especially with how fucked up our world is also, and how easy it is to make the right and wrong choices depending on each case here. But yeah, a really good episode. I'm really curious what you guys thought about this episode and the arc overall. Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Jujutsu Kaisen. Make sure to check out the podcast Because Anime. I'm gonna see you on the next one. I think the next video is gonna be with Bleach, since we're gonna have 3 weeks without Jujutsu. So bye bye.